This is a chapter 64. This is about Reich and minimalists. And minimalists, some were driven by the 12-tone row music, but some were also going into what's called phase music, and that used a lot of layering and repetition, but it also, phase music uses a lot of electronics. There's a guy named Stephen Reich. It's R-E-I-C-H. So I've heard people pronounce it Reich or Reich. So you pick. I don't care. He wrote this piece. Listen to this.
And they begin to mock him, and they begin to say, it ain't gonna rain. It's gonna rain, 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 it's gonna rain.
What he did was he was on the streets of San Francisco, and he heard a preacher preaching, and he took that statement. He has a little prelude, and then it's gonna rain, and he looped it. He put it on a piece of tape, and he repeated it, and then as it repeats, listen to what happens. Okay. Point is, he what did he use as his instrument? He used human speech, and he took the idea of phasing, of putting things back to 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 back to. Just like when you look in a mirror, it's allegedly infinite if you have another mirror behind you. But you know how sometimes you have a hard time lining it up exactly, so it sometimes goes off to one side or another. That's what happened in this music. It wasn't exactly lined up, and it went out. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. It's gonna rain. Made a piece of music out of it. There's this thing, it's called musique concrète. Musique concrète is the act of recording music, and it used to be on tape, and you can actually cut out that piece of music. You can flip it over, and it plays the music backwards. You can slow it down. You can speed it up. You can do all kinds of stuff to adapt music based on the music as it was taped. Okay, so you can have there's an example that a guy used on a video. He takes 3 notes, bong bong bong, and he reverses it, and it goes bong bong bong, right? It's a sharp attack, and then it fades. Well, if you reverse that, it's a fade to a sharp attack, and with silence. So he reversed it. He played it slower. It really interesting. They started experimenting with that because that's what the technology afforded. Minimalist music used a ton of electronics, and Stephen Reich was one of those. John Cage was another. Very interesting stuff.